Actually, so in the I shared the data sources also. Like, okay. So in the Google Classroom, I shared the some documents. Okay, that means suppose for example, I whatever the data sources I connected with OneDrive, those data sources I will provide to you. Okay, you just need to put those Excel files into OneDrive, and while you are connecting with the Power Apps, like a Canvas default app is there, right? With that, you have to select those data sources, whichever it is required, and you can modify it. Understand clearly? Those data sources, I shared it in the Google Classroom. Please check it and download it. And those files, Excel files, you have to put it in OneDrive itself. From there, you can create a Canvas default app. Is it clear or not? So, so in the last class, what we discussed? Up to which functions we discussed it in the last class? Can anyone know this one? Mm. Yeah. Okay. That means these functions we discuss it, right? Collect, clear, collect, and okay, and and collage function we discuss it, collect function we discuss it, and we are discussing about the difference between clear and clear collect, connect, clear collect, right? So today, yeah, yeah. So today we need to discuss about the concatenate. Okay, concatenate function. What is concatenate function will do? Okay, everything that we can discuss in today's class. Okay, concatenate is nothing but if you want to combine multiple columns into single column, you have to use concatenate function here. Okay, suppose for example in Power BI, who are having a Power BI experience, so in that particular one we are using a DAX function called combine values. Okay, but here in Power Apps, like we are using concatenate. Concatenate means combining multiple columns into single column. Let's see how we can apply this one. Today I will share the document in the Google Classroom. Please check it from there. Okay. In the Google Classroom, I shared the document. Who want to, that means who want to know this one, like DAX functions, whatever the previously I shared the document up to the Canvas default app OneDrive, like up to edit screen. Okay, there are three screens are created while you are using a Canvas default app, right? When you are connecting with OneDrive, there are three sheets. There are three screens are created: browse screen, edit screen, detail screen. All each and every option we discuss it, those related document I shared it. Next document is DAX function. Okay, those DAX functions related. Okay, if today we will complete C, okay, C category, up to C category you will receive a document A, B, C. These three related in the document itself, it is there. Those related we are sharing in the in the Google Classroom. Please check it from there. Understand clearly? Okay. Uh, See here. Suppose, for example, suppose, for example, there is a first name is there and there is a last name is also there. So I want to see the combination of column, a combination of first name and last name. Okay. That means if I want to combine multiple columns into single column, then we have to use a function called concatenate. Understand? Here in this concatenate function, you can combine n number of columns. Whatever columns you required it, those columns you just need to mention there. Then automatically those columns are combined into one column. Understand? Suppose there is a first name and last name column is there. I want to combine these two columns and put it as a name column into that. For that, see here. So for this, what I need to do, that means in the add column itself, in the add column function itself, I'm creating a new column. Okay, that column it is like a full name, like or else name, complete name. Mm. This name, how I need to get it? I want to combine first name and last name. For that, what function we have to use? Concatenate. What is that? Concatenate. In the concatenate function, which columns you want to combine it, you just need to mention those column names. That means suppose first name, right? There is a column, first name column. You have to write it. Put comma. After that, in between the column names, in between the column values, if you want to give the delimiter, in the second parameter, you are giving a delimiter. Suppose, for example, I'm giving a colon here. Okay. And put again comma. Okay. So this is the first name. And after that, I'm giving a delimiter here. Understand? In the double quotes, whichever delimiter is required, you have to use. Suppose I want a space, then put a space. Okay. And in the another column is also there. What is that column name? Last name. Okay. That you have to mention it. Okay. See here, that column is added. Whenever that column is added in the add column, if you want to see that particular column means must and should, you need to add that particular column in the edit fields. Okay. Under the edit fields, what column it is? Name column, right? Select this column and click on OK. Now you are able to see that particular column in in this data table. See here. Okay. See here. Okay. It is combined like a first name and last name column, and it will be displayed that. Is it clear or not? Okay. So don't worry. All these data sources, whatever I connected, I provided in the Google Classroom. Please check it from there and you have to download those Excel files and put it in the OneDrive itself, and you can create all these applications. Understand or not? I told you, right, how you need to connect to that particular data source. Like you just need to take that particular element and load the data. And once it is loaded, then automatically that it will be comes here. And once whichever columns are required, you can use those columns. If you want to add extra columns to the existing table, then we have to use a function called add columns for that columns. So what table it is there along with the table columns, like whichever columns, extra columns you want to create it, those we are creating here itself. Okay, don't worry, we'll mention all the things in the document itself. You just need to follow that one. That's it. Understand clearly or not? Okay, so this is how we can use this one, first name and last name. Okay, another one is like this is how the concatenate function you have to use. Not only two columns, you can combine n number of columns in this. In Power Apps, if you want to combine multiple columns into single column, you have to use a function called concatenate x. Understand or not? So in the concatenate X, you just need to mention which columns you want to combine it. You just need to mention there itself. Then automatically it will be displayed. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Okay, this is how. Next function. Okay, next one is count. Count means you already, maybe you, if you don't know, I will tell you. Count means if you want to count a specified, that means if you want to count a particular column values, okay, then you have to use count function. Okay, so in this count function, what type of columns you need to pass? That means there is a restriction, right? So what type of columns you need to pass in count function? You can pass in count function. You can pass like either numeric related column or decimal related column or character related column or date related column. Any type of column you can pass it in the count function. Then it will count the number of rows of that particular column and it will give the result. Count means it will count the number of values in that particular column and it will count and it will give the result. That it is called as count function. Understand clearly? See here. Suppose for example, I'm taking a new screen. In that I will explain. Okay. See here. Now, suppose for example, what I need to do? Suppose there is a I want to take few of the values of the particular one. Suppose for example, uh, see, I'm taking an element like I want to see the count of a particular name column, something like I want to connect with OneDrive data. Okay. From that OneDrive data, any of the column I need to take it and count how many values are there in that particular. Okay. Let's see. Suppose, for example, text label. In this text label, what I need to display here it is like here I'm directly apply the function called count of which table. That table you need to select. What is the OneDrive table? Table one, right? You have to select that one. Okay. Suppose I want collection table related one, then if I use it, one second. Um, or else one second. So actually, I need to check with this one, like why this is not working. So remaining things that we can discuss it, like count if or like that. Okay. So suppose, for example, count if means like if the condition is satisfied, then we can return like how many values are there in that particular table. Okay. And let's see how it will works and everything. Okay. Suppose, for example, we are taking a text label in this one. Content. Like, what is the table name here? The table name you have to select it. Okay, comma, like customer number, where customer number like less than or equal to. I will tell you, don't worry. Okay, less than or equal to 10. I'm giving like this. Okay, then what will happen here? It is showing. Customer. Okay, see here, like count if is nothing but it will count the record based on the condition. Based on the condition. Suppose, for example, I'm taking a label here. Okay, so in this label, I want to see the information. I want to see the count. Okay, so where the agent name is equal to something like this. Bito, Yark, and everything. Okay. So suppose how many records are there in for this particular one. If I want to count it, you have to use countif function. In countif function, what we have to do is in a particular column, so what records are available, how many records are available. If you want to know the information, then we have to use in countif function. In countif, first you have to write the table name. That means data source name. That means you are connecting with OneDrive, right? From for the OneDrive, what table you are pulling, that table name you need to write it here. And after that, you need to write the condition here itself. Like suppose, for example, where agent name Bito Yark. Okay, how many are there? Like that, if I want to know that. But here the numeric value is in this is in character. Okay, if the numeric value is in like a numeric or a decimal, then you can do that one. Okay, then you can use an operator like a different, like a less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than. But here we have an option like a that means the customer number column is in numeric. Okay, so if it is in numeric, so that's the reason we cannot apply like this less than, greater than, right? That's the reason it is throwing an error message here when we are passing the customer numbers less than or equal to, like that. Okay, so that's the reason we are passing like agent name. This is the on the agent name column. I need to check whether how many records are available for this particular value. Okay, so if I'm passing like this, then what will happen in this agent name column? What how many records are available, that it will count and it will give the result. Understand clearly or not? Not only this one, suppose for example these are the distinct values. Okay, suppose for example this is the one. Okay, date joined is there. For the date joined, or like suppose for example how many Thursdays are there, or else like that, if you want to know it, then you can count it simply like see here. Okay, some these are all the dates. Okay, if you have multiple records are there, like not only this one, like location, if you want to check the location is like what is the location, let's see. Okay, so here VIP level is there. Okay, this VIP level, how many are there, like we need to check it. Suppose for example, okay, VIP level column which is having, like suppose for example how many ones are there, I want to know it. Then see, automatically VIP level, how many ones are there? Four ones are there. If you want to check it whether the four ones is available or not, then see here. See, here it is not. Okay, but here when we are pulling from Excel data into Power Apps, okay, these columns are converted into text. Okay, so you always need to give the proper column data type need to be when there is text in text format only we can check it. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? This is how you can do it. Okay, so count if means if you want to count the record based on column condition, then we can write it here. Vijay, can we write multiple conditions? Like if count is VIP is equal to 1, and suppose for example, I want to see whether the like a betro is equal to something like this. Agent name, agent name, where agent name uh, is equal to Beto Yak. See, for VIP level 1, for agent, that means whenever you are using multiple conditions, in between the conditions, you have to use AND operator or OR operator here itself. Understand or not? Okay. In COUNTIF, you just based on the condition, how many records are available for that particular condition, whichever records are satisfied, those records it will count and it will give the result. This is the COUNTIF function will do it. Understand? So for this, it will just, you can pass the table name, what is the data source name, and comma, you can start giving like conditions here. Okay. Conditions means first column name, and here you have to use operator. Understand or not? Call after column name, here you can use operator. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. If you want not equal also, you can write it. Like suppose for example, I'm writing not equal to. This is how the not equal to operator you have to use it. Understand? But see, if your columns are character, then what type of operators you have to use? Equal to or not equal to. If your column data type is like a number, numeric or decimal, then you can use equal, not equal to, and less than or equal to, greater than or equal. All the things we have to use it. Understand clearly or not? And not only one condition. If you want to write multiple conditions and see how many records are there for those, then you have to write first. This is the one condition. Okay, in this condition. Okay, so after that another condition also I'm writing. Okay, in between the conditions, what operator I'm using? AND operator. That means ampersand, double ampersand. That means double ampersand means, so if whichever having, if both the conditions are satisfied, then only it will returns true. Understand? Wherever both the conditions are satisfied, in those cases, it will returns true. Otherwise, returns false itself. That means if suppose this condition is, if this condition is satisfied, understand? This condition is satisfied, but this condition is not satisfied. At that time, what will happen? This condition is satisfied and this condition is not satisfied, then it returns a false statement. That means it won't count the values. Okay. So that means in AND operator, if both the conditions are satisfied, then only those related how many records are there, those related count, and it will give the result. Suppose, for example, okay, that means if not equal, VIP level not equal to, okay, if VIP level not equal to 1, okay, other than VIP level 1, whatever records are there, for all the records, if agent name is equal to Beto Yark, okay, then whatever records are available, those records it will be displayed. Let's see with example. Like we need to test it here itself. Like see, suppose for example, what is that? VIP level is 1. VIP level not equal to 1. That means this not equal to. Understand? And what is the agent name? Like Bito Yark is there, right? So this one. Only that one I need to check it. See how many records are there here? 16 records, right? Those related records it will count and it will give the result. This is what. Understand clearly COUNTIF what it will do. So in the COUNTIF you can write multiple conditions, but in between the condition must and should you have to use double ampersand or pipe symbols. Vijay, can't we use another condition? Yes, you can use it, but in between the condition what you have to write it? AND or OR operator. For AND you have to use double ampersand. For OR operator, how you can use it? Pipe symbols. What is that? Pipe symbols. See, I'm using a pipe symbols like this. Understand or not? That means when you are using OR operator here, then what is the meaning of this one? That means this condition, whichever rows are satisfied, and this condition, whichever rows are rows are satisfied, both the condition how many are there that it will be displayed. Suppose for example, let's see here, not equal to 1. How many are there? Like 16. Okay. Not equal to 1 is like how many? Like these are the not equal to operator. Like 6. I'll clear this one. So not equal to unrelated, how many are there? 45, right? So along with that, these along with this 45, and it will take the agent name. For agent name, if it is Bito Yark is there, those related also it will consider. That means if any one in our operator, if any one condition is satisfied, then returns true. Otherwise, false. That means, see here, in VIP level not equal to 1. How many records are there? In those records, the agent name is included Bito. That means this condition is also satisfied. That means these bit hierarchy is included in VIP level rows or not. That's the reason whatever VIP level rows are there, how many rows are there, that it will be displayed. Understand? That means in our operator, if any one condition is satisfied, okay, then that particular rows it will count it. That means in our operator, if one condition is satisfied, then it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. When our operator returns false, means if both the conditions are failed, okay, if both the conditions are failed, in that particular case only it will return. Suppose, for example, see here, what is the VIP level maximum is 8, right? Suppose I'm giving 7. If VIP is equal to 7, like this, I'm giving VIP is equal to 7. Okay, VIP is equal to 7, and agent name not equal to something, agent name like Bitoyark, right? Suppose I'm giving a different name which is not available in that particular code. See here, now what it will returns? 0. Why? Because in this condition is also not satisfied, as well as this condition is also not satisfied. Both the conditions are not satisfied. Understand? That means VIP level is 7 is not there in that particular column. Agent name Beto Yark 1 is not available in that particular column. Then it returns 0. See here. Is the VIP level 7 is there here? See? Is that 7 is available? No. Okay. And here agent name, what it is there? Beto Yark. Is it Beto Yark 1 is there? Is it Beto Yark 1 is available here? No. Then what will happen? So both the conditions are failed. Whenever both the conditions are failed, then only it will returns 0. Understand or not? Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose, for example, if I'm filtering like a 7 value, okay. Suppose, for example, I'm giving 7 value here, but here I'm giving like a Betoyark. Okay. How many records are there? 17 records. That means VIP level is not satisfied, but agent name Betoyark is 17 records are there. If you want, you can check it. That means if any one condition is satisfied, then how many records are there, it will count and it will give the result, right? So that is the behavior of this OR operator. So VIP level 7 is there here? No. Okay. Is that 7 is available? No. No. So now I'm taking Beto here. How many records are there? 18. But 18 means it is not included the 7th record, right? 7th record, is that 7th record is available? Is that 7 record is available here? No, that's the reason we cannot exclude that particular one. Okay, so for Bito related, if whichever having a 7 VIP level 7, this is not satisfied. But Bito Yark, how many records are there? Okay, see here. These are how many records are there? 17. 17 only, right? VIP level is 7 is not available, but Beto Yark, agent name Beto Yark only it will be there. How many records are there? 17. That only it will be displayed here. That means if any one condition is satisfied, then how many records are there for that particular one, that it will be displayed. Understand? That is the main difference between and or operator. For and, you have to use double ampersand. For or operator, you have to use pipe symbols. That means count if means based on the conditions, how many records are there. If you want to count it, then we have to use a function called count if function. Okay, just simply apply the count if function. Understand clearly? Next one. I will check the count why it is not applying, and tomorrow I will give a reply to the one. Okay. Next, what is the next one? Like count rows. What is count rows will do? That means in a table, how many number of records are there? That table level count it is. Understand or not? If you want to count in a table how many records are there, you have to use a function called count rows. What is that? Count rows. Let's see here. Okay. Here I'm giving the same label. I'm taking a text element. Okay. In the text element, text label element is there, right? In the text label element only, under the text property, I'm writing a formula. Because count and count, average, all these returns a single value, right? You have to put single value related element only. You have to take it and put it there itself. Understand clearly? So that means, see here, count rows. Okay. Count rows of on which table you want to apply it, that table name you have to select it here. See, just you need to mention the table name only. In count rows function, it will count the table records, then it will give the result. Okay, it will count how many number of rows in that particular table and it will give the result. That's, you just need to pass the table name, that's it. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? See here. Okay, this is about the count rows. So So in place of this one, like this also you can write it. Okay. Like this. Okay. In place of only, if you don't know what it is there. Okay. Like this total number of total number of votes. Okay. And this also, if you want to put something like this, count it. Okay. Then this is all like this. Suppose, for example, in the label, if you want to concatenate two strings, or combining multiple columns into single column. So this is also another way to do this one. not only concatenate function. If you want to combine multiple columns into single column, you have to use concatenate function, right? Instead of concatenate function, you can directly write this one, like just double quotes. In the double quotes, whatever text you want, you can put it, and after that ampersand. Okay, and after that, whatever you want it, you can write that particular formula, and with that, along with that, it will give the result. Is it clear or not? This is how it will be there. Okay. Next one is next one is confirm. Okay. What is this confirm will do? Okay. Confirm means whether if it is, suppose for example, if it is successfully done or successfully something, you want to display a message like prompt message. If you want to display a prompt message, confirm function is there. Understand? Suppose for example, okay, suppose for example in detail screen. Okay, so in detail screen, after clicking on this, immediately if this is updated, that means in the edit screen, what will happen when you click on this particular tick mark, automatically whatever things are available here, those are updated in the app itself as well as in the data source also, right? So after this, I'm putting a semicolon, and like I'm writing a confirm function. Okay, this will prompt a message whether it is successed or not. Like any message, you can put it inside that one. Okay. Suppose successfully submitted, and like what is that? Is that function function is there? Is not available. Okay. So confirm function is not there, but I think it is some other function. It is there. I think so. That whenever it will comes, I will explain you clearly. Okay. So these are the functions like count rows function, count if function, count I will explain you later, and concatenate, collect, coalesce, clear collect, clear function. These are. Suppose for calendar related choices is not required. For calendar related, if you want to display some like current date and time, or only time is required, those related, if you want to display it, you have to use that particular function there itself. Understand? Is that see here? Suppose I'm taking a test label here. Inside this one, like calendar, is that one? Suppose I'm taking a month long like this. Okay. And suppose, for example, today. Dot. Okay, I will show you tomorrow once again, like what are the things are missing. Those functions again, once again, I will show you like how to use and everything. Okay, so these are the C category of functions, A category and B category. Okay, and the next one is D category, like date add, date diff, day, distinct, download, drop columns. Okay, all these things. Like suppose, for example, first of all, what is dated? That means if you have a date is there. Okay. Suppose, for example, let me show you clearly. Okay. In this, I'm taking a data table. Okay. So in this data table, what data I'm pulling? I'm pulling a table one. In this, what columns are required? So you have to choose that column. Okay. So in that, I am choosing agent name, like location, VIP level, and date join. These four columns is enough. Okay. Now, what I need to do is, suppose, for example, there is a date column is there. In this I want to add a particular date. That means what date add function will do? That means if I want to add something to the existing table, then we have to use a function called date. Okay, you can add anything, like either you can add the value to the month part, or you can add the value to the day part, or you can add the value to the year part, like that. Understand? Let's see how we can explain. Okay, in this, for the existing table, I want to add an extra column. That means for that, what function you have to use? Add columns, right? Okay, in this add column. Okay, table one, and here what column name it is? Date add. Suppose I'm giving as a date add, comma. So in this, what is date add function will do? The date add function you need to apply it here. Okay, in the date add, what is the date column? For which date column you want to add something, that date column you have to, what is that one? Date joined, comma. Okay, what value you want to add it? How much value? Numeric values only you need to pass it here. Suppose I'm giving 2. Okay, comma. For which one you need to add? This 2 will be added for this particular date joined. For which part you need to add? Days, hours, minutes, second, year, or anything. Whichever it is required, that part you have to select it here. This we can call it as interval. Understand? First, you need to pass the date column and comma, how much value, that numeric value, either positive value or negative value. You can pass it here. Suppose, for example, I am passing a negative value here. Okay. Suppose I am passing -2. -2 for which value? Like this -2, you need to apply it for year related or day related. Which one you need to select? That you have to select it. Okay. Close the bracket. That's Then automatically this dated function is applied. Once the dated function is applied in add columns, you have to add that particular column. Which column it is? That column name you have to choose it here. Okay, date add. See, the dated column is applied here. Okay, so whenever it is added, see here, -2 years. What is the value of this particular one? Let's see clearly, then you will understand what it is. Suppose this is a 19, right? 19. 19 -2, how many? That means this -2, okay, of years. This -2 is applied for year part in this date column. Understand or not? That means as it is, remaining date as well as month as it is will be there. But only the difference is year part only it will be changes. Like here previously it is 2019. Whenever you are applying -2 years means 2017 like that. Understand clearly? Not only years you can apply. Here itself you can change the interval. Suppose you are applying a month. Okay. Okay, whenever you are applying months, -2 months it is applied. Understand clearly. Like see here. What is the month here? Okay. So see here, 6. This is the 6th month. -2 months means 4th month. See, 4th month it is displaying. Here it is like March. -2 months means like January. Understand or not? October means 8. Like this it will be displayed. That means dated means if you want to add something to that particular date. Okay, either you can add day, hour, minute, second. You want to add something extra to that particular date part. Okay, then we have to use a function called date add. What is that? Date add. In the date add, you just need to mention the date column, and after that, here the number of units. This number of units, either you can give positive value or else you can give the negative value. After that, you can pass the interval here, like hour, minute, because this number of units, whatever it is there, for which part you want to add it, based on this option only, that particular, for months part only, you are selecting months, right? For months part only, this particular number of units will be applied for the date join column. Understand clearly or not? Like this. Is it clear or not? This is how you can apply it. Tomorrow we can discuss more about dated column. Okay. So not only this one, how you can apply it. So not only this one, like there are different functions are also there. Date diff. Okay, difference between the two dates and everything. Day, how we can extract the day part from the date column. How you can apply the distinct function. How you can apply the download. What is download? Up to now, what is download option? Okay, those things that we can discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, not only this one, suppose for example from the existing table I want to drop few of the columns from the table, then we have to use drop column functions and everything. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts? I think today some functions are not applied correctly, so tomorrow once again I will apply that one and see, and again I will explain you. Don't worry for that one. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts? And one more thing is, don't worry, after this C category is complete, C category is completed, right? Tomorrow I will share the document for A, B, C. These three. Understand clearly or not? So we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys.